All right, guys, week 3. Congratulations on week 1 and week 2. Let's do a recap. If you've been with us for a little while, we've been talking about resetting our mind. We've been talking about getting focused, building that momentum up, be motivated, be encouraged, and share your victory. You're like, well, you didn't stop and break down the tasks, the goal setting. Well, today I'm gonna break down micro-tasking. What that means is that we're gonna look at our big goal and we're gonna bring out a pen and paper. We're gonna look at the goals that we're trying to achieve, and we're gonna write down the steps that we need to achieve those goals. And I'm gonna give you an example of a client that I'm working with now. One of the things she was focused on is her big goal was to write a book. She wanted to write a book. She had all this information in her mind, and she didn't want to share it with people. But she told me every time when she went to start writing the book, she would sit down, she would set the atmosphere for the actual writing. And when she would get there, she would just constantly look at a blank page. She couldn't get started. And I asked her, I said, well, I said, so your challenge is writing a book. That's your goal, but you can't get started. And I said, why do you think that is? She said, it's just not coming to me. The reason why it's not coming to her, because she was looking for the big project to flow as easy as she mentioned it to me about writing a book. But how many of you know that nothing is that easy? There's a little work that needs to be put in. So with that being said, what work needs to be put in? I told her, I said, stop worrying about the book. Let's start with one sentence. That one sentence can lead to one paragraph, that can lead to one chapter, and ultimately lead to the completion of the book. After having that heart-to-heart conversation with her and motivating and encouraging her, she understood that what I mean by that micro-tasking means that she took the big ideal of her goal of writing a book and broke it down to a sentence. She got motivated to write sentence after sentence after sentence until she wrote her first paragraph. Then after she wrote her first paragraph, she wrote her second paragraph. And before she knew, those paragraphs started to line up. And that daunting of sitting looking at a blank page now became filled with one sentence at a time, one word at a time. She broke it down to the smallest elements that she could to make sure that she would have small wins. And in that being said, I will always remind her, remember, one sentence at a time would equate to a paragraph. And she bought into the concept and she used that. Now my question to you, what is your one sentence? What is the one small thing that you can achieve today that will later have a domino effect to have you to reach your big goal of one paragraph? See, I'm not telling you to finish the book. I'm talking about one sentence and another. And if I only got 2 sentences on that page, I'm gonna celebrate the fact that I made 2 sentences, because before I was just sitting at a blank page. And when I get a paragraph, I'm gonna celebrate that. When I have a full page, I'm gonna celebrate that. When I have a chapter, I'm gonna celebrate even the more, because I'm moving closer to my goal of writing the book. Well, in life, we have to be able to look at our goals and break them down just as such. We need to look at how far we need to break it down so we can find a momentum building moment. So we can sit back and enjoy the fact that we're moving forward towards our goal. What are we doing to get there is the thing that we need to see. We need to make sure that these things, again, as that SMART system I told you about, they have to be specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time. You have to put times on completing tasks, because if you don't, you're gonna find yourself sitting there and all you're gonna do is find yourself spinning or flipping over your hourglass back and forth, watching the sands of time move. So my task for you is to identify your goal, one goal, break it down into the smallest components that you have, create those tasks and stick to it. And if you have to break them down even more, do it until you can find one momentum building moment. Hey, listen, this is Coach Jay. It's a pleasure talking to you. Week 3, you have done great. If you haven't done it already, go to the Group Me, and look at Level Up Zone. That's where you'll find all these encouraging words. I'm putting blogs, I'm putting information out, I'm putting things to stay you encouraged. And also I have questions and answers and hope to help you if you find your place in a place of stagnation. But the most of all, I created so I can hear your celebration. I want to hear your small wins. I want to hear how you've done what you've done to achieve your goals. And other people are reading this, and what you may share might be some kickstart for somebody to reach their successful point. So hey, until I talk to you again, have a good one, Coach Jay.